Hi family, how y'all doing? I'm SNwadiei. I'm Habassia, helping your brothers and sisters in Africa. And I'm also the Creole Griotist. Guys, I believe that Africa is in you. If you have Africa genetic material inside of you guys, and only you can decide for yourself if it's there. It's all about nature and nurture. It's a battle between them, like two wolves. And you know, as I've said previously, and I didn't make this up, I got it from somebody else, the wolf that lives is the wolf that you feed. So, Africa is there wherever you go. Our cultures and everything, which remain fluid. Hold on for a second. I'm back, y'all. I just had something I needed to do. But anyways, how are y'all doing today? I hope y'all are doing wonderful. If this is your first time coming to my channel, welcome to my channel. And if you are returning, welcome back. If you have not subscribed, what you waiting on? It's free. I hope you're having a wonderful day. And if your day isn't wonderful, I hope you're processing your day successfully. And only you can decide what's successful for you. I saw some videos again today on YouTube. Yeah, I watch YouTube too, not overdoing it. Have other streaming services that I also try not to overdo. I've been watching things that I hope will bring my vibration level up. I watch some things just to know what kind of propaganda is out there for the masses to access, especially in our, I don't even want to say Pan-African community, but let's just say in a community of vulnerable people, just in general, y'all, vulnerable people, because the majority of the people are vulnerable. Folks talking about Babylon falling and the zombie apocalypse and all of that, even as far as telling people to rush into their decision making, not to process what they need to do, don't think about it. And I think that's a disservice, because everybody has a right to make their own choices. Who are they? And this time I'm talking about the people that want to be influencers or perceive themselves to be influencers, to try to fearmonger you, into doing something that's an unwise decision. I've been a victim of that, as y'all know, by getting land when I should have just waited until I got where I was going and made sure that everything was correct before I did it. So I'm letting y'all know that I'm part of the masses also. But hopefully I was not a complete zombie meaning brain dead. But folks are dependent on us being brain dead and just having a few neurons to activate so they can activate them. They want to be the puppet masters of the zombies. So even though they're trying to fearmonger you, scare the hell out of you, talking about Babylon falling and a zombie apocalypse and all that, guys, they had series on TV, The Walking Dead and all of that, and God knows how many other movies about zombie apocalypse. It's been lots and lots of end time cults, cults, and then lots of cults turned into religions. I remember I even followed a group for a little while, well, some years anyway. And when I was going through the process of being converted into the religion, they told us about the great disappointment. And the great disappointment, these folks believed that the end of the world was happening because their prophet told them so. No different than these folks out in the YouTube streets or churches or anywhere else. But I'm going to say churches because that's all I know about. You guys can add your own experiences into the mix. But from now, that's just an example because I try to use stuff from my background. But we are manipulated like zombies, y'all. That is nothing new. Nothing new under the sun. Believe that. Believe that. Wake up, y'all. Unplug from the matrix. Quit watching these people that scare the hell out of you every day. Because what I saw, and I'm going to link it to the end page. I can't even remember the guy's name, but he is definitely going to be on the end page. And he wrote a book that explains everything. He works on the projects to try to get people that's wrongfully charged off death row and stuff like that. Very cool guy. But anyways, what he was saying that right now and from the beginning, from all of his research, because he's traveled world over and wrote books, he said that people are using fear, among other things, to control the masses. And that's what I told y'all too. It's fear and anger, he says. Fear and anger. And he said, I wrote down what I felt like after I saw him talking on a TED Talk and at Harvard. And I wrote down, Babylon is falling. They have all kind of diseases out there that you think you leaving from the lockdown and the diseases here and go somewhere else. And guess what? They have other diseases that's cropping up where you're going to go. And they may not even have the resources that you need to get proper care. But the people that's telling you to go is not going to tell you that, because they're somewhere and they've got money, probably from you, to go to a private facility and get their needs met, unbeknownst to you. So I said, Babylon is falling, ? Diseases, war, rumors of war. You can read any holy book and it'll tell y'all about diseases, war, and rumors of war. You got all these refugee problems now. And what is so concerning to me is that, imagine It's written in a book. So you know it was said before it was ever written in any book. Give a man a problem, and then you become the answer to that problem. So imagine if I trained a group to help me fight someone, and then after they help me destroy that person or I win, then I turn around and turn them into the bully, even though I taught them to be my bully. And when I no longer had control over that entity, then I made them the demon. And then I took over the society where I created that monster, the zombies. And then I get all the other people to help me, man, not all of them, but some of them, to help me fight the bully that I created. I don't understand that. How can somebody think that a super bully can protect me from the smaller bully that they help create, that they help make stronger? We zombies, y'all. Wake up. Some to more degrees than others. Wake up before it's too late. Recognize these people are doing fear-mongering on you. Fear-mongering. Because most people have a fight or flight mechanism. You're either scared and you run away, even if you might get killed in the process, or you'll stay and fight, you know, by whatever means. This book is also a good book, y'all, I'm telling you. Nothing new under the sun. The True Believer. Thoughts on the Nature of Mass Movements. And that's all these folks is doing when they are telling folks about zombies and scaring folks, when they know that they're using fear to manipulate you guys. I just got this book too, and it's talking about manufacturing hate. So imagine what the guy said. Fear and hate is what motivates most people worldwide. Fear and hate. Because with fear, you get hate out of it. So I'm definitely going to be reading this starting from today. And it's written by Milton Alimandi. Milton Alimandi. It says how Africa was demonized in Western media. And you know, when they say in Africa, you could also say the indigenous people worldwide. That you turn somebody into a monster so you can take their resources. And then you continue to demonize them so you can keep their resources. Everybody has their own cultures. We should not be judging the people culture. They need to work it out. Even when that culture has to evolve. Self-determination, guys. It's self-determination. And if we don't like it, guess what? We can leave. That's why also I like looking at some things and talking with people that have boots on the ground, because I want to know if anything is changing in that area. Because I don't want to run into something unwise and end up with a situation that's worse than where I left. Because as y'all see, you can make your garden of Eden anywhere. I have to fight the mosquitoes and all of that. I've been trying regular insect repellent today. And I had to still keep spraying and spraying because of these gangsters, Texas mosquitoes. But I'm trying, y'all. I'm not giving up because I needed to make this video. And I think the same thing has to be in everybody. Each little thing you do is a learning process. It's a coping skill. And then you have to decide for yourself, cost, benefit. So even though I might get mosquito bites from being out here, I'm getting some fresh air, sunshine, I'm getting my batteries recharged, and I'm talking to you guys. The ancestors motivate me, and I could not even be in peace inside until I came out here to do this video for y'all. And as I was watching these videos and thinking about what I was going to tell y'all about, I write down things sometimes. And I say, well, as I think of all this stuff I saw, all of this stuff, people using methods about building movements. It says fear-mongering to build a movement. Whatever it takes. Warn you about, we'll say, a church, but continue to use the same methods. So they'll have an anti-church service. Still use the same holy books, but tell you what's wrong about it. But this is something that happens on a weekly basis, just like a church service. In fact, more than one time a week, you know? Just like it had Wednesday night Bible studies, or they'll have a Wednesday night conversation, including positive reinforcement on giving donations. And they'll say, oh yeah, y'all giving donations even before I start talking. Bless y'all. Let the church say amen. They might as well say that too, you know. It's just you're using a different words, but your words are still sweet. And you're still using that close, and close again. And it's still manipulative, y'all. And it ain't cool. You know, it's just not. I can't tell you to wake up and then I turn around and lull y'all to sleep again with my philosophy. I don't have a philosophy. I'm a seeker, y'all. I read books and books. I've been accused of reading too much. But they also say, if you want to hide something from somebody, put it in a book. Because people have been so brainwashed that books are bad. Even during slavery time, people was brutalized and murdered to be kept from learning to read. Had all kind of laws about it and everything. They want to keep you ignorant, y'all. So that's no different than today. They're going to use the same songs that you used in a church. And you're not in the church. Because they want you to have those same feelings. So the end result, they're still going to get donations. And they're going to feel good because I don't know what's going on with their thought processes, but they think they're saving you. They still have the savior complex. And the end result is you give them your money. You know? And it's okay to donate. I'm not saying that you shouldn't, but I'm just saying, y'all, don't be a part of somebody else's movement because you don't want to find out for yourself what's going on in the world. What's going on? I know one of my friends, and she is a friend, she told me she don't want to know. She doesn't want to know. She just wants to think that she's on the right side of something, even though who she's cheering on is really the monster that's creating other monsters. And I find that scary, because as we encourage the monster, they may turn on us at any time. They may. So that is not a good thing. You gotta be aware of what's going on, because lulling yourself to sleep is making you a zombie. So yes, every day is the same for a zombie. And no matter what group you go to, you'll be the same in that caste system. You'll be at the bottom, waiting for someone to tell you what to do next. So you don't have to fear about the zombie apocalypse. We've been living in a zombie apocalypse. Whether you want to call it the Matrix or whatever. Yeah, it's always been there. But it's just the labeling. It's all about marketing, y'all. Marketing. And all I can say is what? We gotta heal ourselves. I'm also gonna start reading this book. I don't get no reimbursement from nobody. No, I don't. But yeah, we need to heal ourselves. That is the cure from being a zombie, is to research for yourself. Start reading, y'all. Open up more than one kind of book. No lightning is going to come and strike you dead because you're reading. Try it out, y'all. And just remember, nothing is going to happen to you that's not supposed to happen to you. You could just be in your bed and don't wake up. One of my friends from the Gambia, Tata Dindin Jabote, he passed away recently. He's a choral player, y'all. I got his album streamed. Yeah, I caught up with the system, you know, and I paid for that stream from one of those stores online. So whenever I want to hear him, I can personally listen to him, even if I'm offline, because my internet is messed up in my house too. Something wrong with the Wi-Fi system. It keeps kicking itself off and stuff like that. So I'll be able to listen to Tata even without it. But I'm telling y'all, we can unplug from the Matrix, not be a zombie, but it takes hard work to do that. Lots of hard work. Stop letting people scare the hell out of y'all. Fear and anger competition. That's what the guy said it was. A fear and anger competition. He said, that's why on the news, even the Weather Channel, he said, is talking about so much weather happening that's devastating and awful, and it's worse, and that you have to keep tuning in, because you know it's a 24-hour cycle. So you got to keep tuning in and tuning in and tuning in, because if you don't get that weather update, something awful will happen to you. And guess what? You can pretty much go outside, look up at the sky, and you can see that it's going to be bad weather. The rain clouds and all that, they're there, you know? and the wind changes and all of that when it's going to be bad weather. So we could know some things without checking that weather channel every hour and being afraid, because they're showing you things from all over the world. So how would me knowing about flooding in Europe help me? I'm better off watching what's happening in Houston, because even if I'm evacuating from Galveston, if I go to Houston and Houston is flooded, I can't evacuate because it's one of my way out. Then I know I got to just stay where I am and hunker down and be a good little African and pray that I don't flood and drown in my house here. So there's some things we can do for ourselves, y'all. And just imagine, I saw this stuff on TV last night. Well, you know, I'll be watching the YouTube on my TV. These young men was traveling through the desert, fantasizing about getting to Europe to become rich. It's insane, y'all. And I think that a lot of that stuff is proliferated by people that's influencers, that instead of them showing you the best part of the motherland, they say they inside of a Africa to whatever program, and the next thing you know, they're in the United States. Well, if you're here showing the United States is heaven again, guess what? You just influenced all these poor people to try to get to the United States, where if you don't have an education, you don't know the language fluently, which is English, you don't have proper documentation to get here, you are not going to get any job. And if you get a job, you might as well just say it's slave wages. So you would have been better off being in your own home. Whatever money your family got together for you to get where you're going, you could have set up a business and also planted your garden before rainy season. So when rainy season comes, you could have your garden. Become self-sustaining. But instead of people teaching about self-sustainability, they go hobnob with the little 1% billionaires and come to sell the American dream again. It's a nightmare, y'all, for people to be selling folks unrealistic dreams. Fairy tales are fine, but when you have something where you're adding fuel to this zombie apocalypse, and yeah, that's a zombie behavior, that you're spending your last money over and over again to get through a desert where you know people are dying, to get somewhere where you're not prepared to function in the first place. Makes no sense, guys. Voluntary slavery. That's all I think about when I see that. And it's encouraged by these influencers showing all this ignorant materialism, when it's only 1 to 2% of the people in the world that got that kind of money. I don't care if the billionaire, whatever, buy you a round trip ticket and pay for your hotel or whatever. It's a disservice to the majority of the people that watch it. Because people are zombies, y'all. Just pour all of that negative stuff into them, giving them unrealistic expectations that they cannot reach where they are. So they want to follow you there. And that billionaire ain't going to buy everybody no ticket. Not going to set up no hotel for none of these people. And even these people that say, oh, leave now because you're not going to be able to catch a plane and get here later. That's okay. If you ain't supposed to go there, don't go there unprepared. Because the same person that's telling you to just leave right now is not going to give you a dime. After you get there unprepared, they're not going to give you anything. And even if they tell you the money ain't going to be no good, guess what? They still accepting Patreon, PayPal from you right now. So if the money ain't going to be no good, they might as well stop collecting any money from anybody right now. Because what are they collecting the money for? You know? And they didn't have to go nowhere. They already where they at. They at home. The unknown is the unknown. Whether somebody's trying to control you or not. My advice is for you to wake up, that you don't be a continued zombie following these folks just because they have smooth words. I know the algorithm is not picking me up because I'm telling y'all to wake up and telling y'all for you to stop being the zombie. There is no zombie apocalypse, y'all. Y'all are the zombies. You guys, yeah. That's trying to put unrealistic expectations on y'allself for these fake folks out there selling y'all dreams that God knows what they did to get where they are at, past manipulating you. You don't know the backstory to these people. Some of these folks have done some horrible stuff to get where they are at. But some people are doing anything for money. So, all I can say is, don't be a zombie. Wake up. Unplug. Read a book. Share my videos. Yeah. Stop sending me instant messenger and all this stuff or whatever. Don't do none of that. Just comment down below, y'all. So that algorithm can share my message with more people. I will go back to the Gambia after the malaria season is complete and hopefully it's safe to travel. I will look at the updates. I'm not a crazy person. I believe in being relatively safe for myself. I'll take the best option at the time. And I know no matter what, I can just raise my vibrations right where I am. And I can affect change wherever I'm at if that's what I'm supposed to do. I am not a rush into a burning house, because you don't know. The house where you're going might be burning with no fire department. Then what you gonna do? You know? You might be running from a place that have something and you go somewhere else and it got that and something else. So, research, keep up to date on what's happening in areas before you get there, especially with a whole lot of extra people immigrating everywhere. And y'all know what I'm talking about. It's going to be lots of people competing for resources. So I advise you to plant your garden to become self-sustainable, y'all. Make your compost and toilets. Do whatever you can to increase your sanitation wherever you are. If you can get your boreholes built, do that, y'all. Cap them safely. Do your hand washing hygiene. That's important, whether it have Ebola out there or COVID out there. All microorganisms hate cleanliness. So washing your hands with soap and water as much as possible is a good thing. You have to research for yourself on whatever else you got to do. And I'm not going to lie, I just follow the rules where I'm at. If they say to do this, I do this. If they advise you strongly to do that, I do that. So my movements won't be limited, because I limit my movements enough as it is, and I do social distancing as much as possible. I don't go to the store that often, just enough to get what I need. I order online a lot. And coming outside, it's been decreased because I've been fighting these mosquitoes. I'll be glad when mosquito season pass here, you know. It's so much more pleasant if you're outside more hours than you are inside. But anyway, guys, I hope that what I've said have helped you to understand that you have nothing to fear. Fear is false evidence appearing real. If you are inside in a bunker 24 hours a day, it's not going to stop you from dying, because we are born and everybody dies. So live your life, guys. It's good but short. Live your life without fear. That's what I say. Now, what you say, whose report will you believe? I should hope that you believe your own report that you prepare by researching and researching. So anyway, guys, until next time, peace, peace, power to the people, and I'm out, y'all. Bye.